What is up, everybody? We're in day 176 of our Bible in a Year series, continuing on in Psalms and continuing on in book 4 of Psalms. We have today and tomorrow left in book 4. If you remember, Psalms is actually split up into 5 books. You can kind of tell where the breaks are by how the last psalm in each book, how it ends, is kind of showing where those breaks are. But we're in book 4 today. The midway point in book 4. It's a shorter one, and get all my stuff ready. We have several that we're going to. My camera just froze. We have several that we're going to go over today, and we're going through them kind of quickly, but they're also shorter, so it's going to be kind of jump through them. But we'll go through, and we got some questions at the end that we will dive into as well. Psalm 95. Come, let's shout joyfully to the Lord, shout triumphantly to the rock of our salvation. Let's enter his presence with thanksgiving. Let's shout triumphantly to him in song. For the Lord is a great God, a great King above all gods. The depths of the earth are in his hand, and the mountain peaks are his. The sea is his, he made it. His hands formed the dry land. Come, let's worship and bow down. Let's kneel before the Lord our Maker. For he is our God, and we are the people of his pasture, the sheep under his care. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your hearts, as at Meribah, as on the day of Massa, in the wilderness where your ancestors tested me. They tried me, though they had seen what I did. For 40 years I was disgusted with that generation. I said, they are a people whose hearts go astray. They do not know my ways. So I swore in my anger, they will not enter my rest. 96. Sing a new song to the Lord. Let the whole earth sing to the Lord. Sing to the Lord, bless his name. Proclaim his salvation from day to day. Declare his glory among the nations, his wondrous works among all people. For the Lord is great and is highly praised. He is feared above all gods. For all the gods of the peoples are worthless idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Splendor and majesty are before him. Strength and beauty are in his sanctuary. Ascribe to the Lord, you families of the peoples. Ascribe to the Lord glory and strength. Ascribe to the Lord the glory of his name. Bring an offering and enter his courts. Worship the Lord in the splendor of his holiness. Let the whole earth tremble before him. Say among the nations, the Lord reigns. The world is firmly established. It cannot be shaken. He judges the people fairly. Let the heavens be glad and the earth rejoice. Let the sea and all that fills it resound. Let the fields and everything in them celebrate. Then all the trees of the forest will shout for joy before the Lord, for he is coming. For he is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world with righteousness and the peoples with his faithfulness. 97. The Lord reigns. Let the earth rejoice. Let the many coasts and islands be glad. Clouds and total darkness surround him. Righteousness and justice are the foundation of his throne. Fire goes before him and burns up his foes on every side. His lightning lights up the world. The earth sees and trembles. Now, think about this. As we're reading through these, I like some of these that are poetic like this, and they're describing God, right? But really think about what's being said in some of these. And yes, it's poetic language, so it's somewhat hyperbolic, some of it, talking about islands rejoicing or islands being happy and things like that. But really try to take in what's being said here in some of these. Verse 5. The mountains melt like wax at the presence of the Lord. At the presence of the Lord, the whole earth, the Lord of the whole earth. So there, the mountains melt like wax. Obviously, the mountains aren't melting like wax, but the implication is talking about this, how, if you think of a mountain, Think of something that's big, that's strong, that's sturdy. And by comparison to God, these mountains are melting like wax. Verse 6, the heavens proclaim his righteousness. All the people see his glory. All who serve carved images, those who boast in worthless idols, will be put to shame. All the gods must worship him. Zion hears and is glad. Judah's villages rejoice because of your judgments, Lord. For you, Lord, are the most high over the whole earth. You are exalted above all the gods. You who love the Lord hate evil. He protects the lives of his faithful ones. He rescues them from the power of the wicked. Light dawns from the righteousness, gladness for the upright in heart. Be glad in the Lord, you righteous ones, and give thanks to his holy name. 98. Sing a new song to the Lord, for he has performed wonders. His right hand and holy arm have won him victory. The Lord has made his victory known. He has revealed his righteousness in the sight of the nations. He has remembered his love and faithfulness of the house of Israel. All the ends of the earth have seen our God's victory. Let the whole earth shout to the Lord. Be jubilant, shout for joy, and sing. Sing to the Lord with the lyre and the melodious song. The trumpets and the blast of the ram's horn shout triumphantly. In the presence of the Lord our King, let the sea and all that fills it, the world and those who live in it resound. Let the rivers clap their hands. Let the mountains shout together for joy before the Lord, for he is coming to judge the earth. He will judge the world righteously and the peoples fairly. Chapter 99. The Lord reigns, let the people tremble. He is enthroned between the cherubim, let the earth quake. The Lord is great in Zion. He is exalted above all the peoples. Let them praise your great and awe-inspiring name. He is holy. The mighty King loves justice. You have established fairness. You have administered justice and righteousness in Jacob. Exalt the Lord our God. Bow and worship at his footstool. He is holy. Moses and Aaron were among his priests. Samuel also was among those calling on his name. They called to the Lord, and he answered them. He spoke to them in a pillar of cloud. They kept his decrees and the statutes he gave them. Lord our God, you answered them. You were a forgiving God to them, but an avenger of sinful actions. Exalt the Lord our God. Bow and worship at his holy mountain, for the Lord our God is holy. Chapter 100. Triple digits. Verse 1. Let the whole earth shout triumphantly to the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before him with joyful songs. Acknowledge that the Lord is God. He made us, and we are his people, the sheep of his pasture. Enter his gates with thanksgiving and his courts with praise. Give thanks to the Lord and bless his name, for the Lord is good, and his faithful love endures forever, his faithfulness through all generations. 101. I will sing of faithful love and justice. I will sing praise to you, Lord. I will pay attention to the way of integrity. When will you come to me? I will live with a heart of integrity in my house. I will not let anything worthless guide me. I hate the practice of transgression. It will not cling to me. A devious heart will be far from me. I will not be involved with evil. I will destroy anyone who secretly slanders his neighbor. I cannot tolerate anyone with haughty eyes or an arrogant heart. My eyes favor the faithful of the land, so that they may sit down with me. The one who follows the way of integrity may serve me. No one who acts deceitfully will live in my palace. The one who tells lies will not be retained here to guide me. Every morning I will destroy all the wicked of the land, wiping out all evildoers from the Lord's city. And 102, last chapter for today. Lord, hear my prayer. Let my cry for help come before you. Do not hide your face from me in my day of trouble. Listen closely to me. Answer me quickly when I call, for my days vanish like smoke, and my bones burn like a furnace. My heart is suffering, withered like grass. I even forget my food. Because of the sound of my groaning, my flesh sticks to my bones. I am like an eagle owl, like a little owl among the ruins. I stay awake. I am like a solitary bird on a roof. My enemies taunt me all day long. They ridicule and use my name as a curse. I eat ashes like bread and mingle my drinks with tears because of your indignation and wrath, for you have picked me up and thrown me aside. My days are like a lengthening shadow, and I wither away like grass. But you, Lord, are enthroned forever. Your fame endures to all generations. You will rise up and have compassion on Zion, for it is time to show favor to her. The appointed time has come, for your servants take delight in the stones and favor its dust. Then the nations will fear the name of the Lord, and all the kings of the earth your glory. For the Lord will rebuild Zion. He will appear in his glory. He will pay attention to the prayer of the destitute, and will not despair their prayers. This will be written for a later generation, and a people who have not yet been created will praise the Lord. He looked down from his holy heights. The Lord gazed out from heaven to earth to hear a prisoner's groaning, to set free those condemned to die, so that they might declare the name of the Lord in Zion, and his praise in Jerusalem. When peoples and kingdoms are assembled to serve the Lord, he has broken my strength in mid course. He has shortened my days. I say, my God, do not take me in the middle of my life. Your years continue through all generations. Long ago you established the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you will endure. All of them will wear out like clothing. You will change them like a garment, and they will pass away. But you are the same, and your years will never end. Your servants' children will dwell securely, and their offspring will be established before you. Okay. Questions. For today, question number 1. Psalm 95 warns against hardening our hearts like the Israelites in the wilderness. What does a soft heart toward God look like in everyday life? I think it would be, if you think about like literally what it's saying, a hardened heart versus a soft heart. A hardened heart is something that would be hard. It's not pliable. It's not malleable. You can't change it. You can't shape it. You can't mold it. Whereas the soft heart is the opposite. It is all of those things, right? It can be shaped by God. It can be formed. It can be moved. It can be remade to something new. And so the implication here is kind of, not maybe not fully, but kind of like being set in your ways. I would say with this in everyday life, I think something that this would look like would be, it's hard because it'd be different for different people. I'll use myself as an example. I am very, very, very much a creature of habit. I do not like doing different things. I do not like changing plans. I have a set schedule that I kind of stick to. It's not like written down or anything, but I just know like I get up at this time, I start work at this time, usually take lunch around this time, I'm done working at this time, and then from there until like my youngest kids go to bed, I do this, and then once my youngest kids go to bed, I do this, and I have very, very like set, like kind of schedule for lack of a better term. Like I said, it's not set in stone. I've not written it down anywhere. This is just a normal progression of like my day. If I feel like I need to get out of that schedule, out of that comfort zone for me, in order to do something that I feel like I need to do, have lunch with somebody, talk with somebody, um, give up some time doing something that I want to do or that I like doing in order to do something that I think God is wanting me to do to help somebody else or to maybe help draw somebody closer to Him, things like that. I think that's one way that it can look, at least for me. It's not going to be the same for everybody. It's going to look different for people, but generally speaking, I would say it is being open to God kind of shaking things up in your life. Um, I mean, set in stone, I guess you could say. Question 2. Psalm 100 celebrates God's faithfulness to all generations. How does God's unchanging nature affect our trust in Him across changing seasons in life? I actually just finished writing about this, the chapter, my upcoming book, whenever I finish it. It's on the fruit of the Spirit. I just finished the chapter on faithfulness, one of the chapters on faithfulness. But this is something that I just recently have been rereading on and writing this out. But when life gets crazy, when things are going on, we don't know what to do, we don't know what to say, we don't know what to expect. We can count on God is faithful, even when it doesn't look like it. If we know that God is faithful, that is like the underlying truth for us in that moment. So if something comes along that looks like it's God not being faithful, our assumption should be I'm misunderstanding that thing because I know God is faithful. Now, this again, I mentioned this, I think it was yesterday. It kind of almost, or 2 days ago maybe. I don't know. I mentioned it recently. It kind of almost sounds like a cultish type thing. Like you're saying you're just going to go with this no matter what? Well, it's not blind. I'm going with this because I believe it based on evidence and experience. The best evidence and experience I have tells me that this thing is true. So I'm going to say that this thing is true unless I have legitimate good reason to say that it's not. Christianity does not call for blind faith and just blind obedience. That's not the word faith in scriptures, pistis, and it means belief based on evidence. That would be a probably a better translation than what most people, or a better definition than what most people are familiar with inside and outside the church. A lot of people think it is just blind faith, just go with whatever is said. You don't think critically about it at all. That's not what's in the Bible. It's not. But hanging our hat on the fact that we know God is faithful. So if something comes along and looks like it's God not being faithful, we must be misunderstanding the thing that just came along. Question 3. Psalm 102 is a cry from deep affliction, yet it also exalts God's external reign. How can we learn to hold lament and hope together in our own prayers? How can we learn to hold lament and hope together in our own prayers? This is kind of like something we've talked about before, but it's a little bit different. So it's like the idea of, pouring your heart out to God, but also trusting God. It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. Kind of like remorsing over things that have happened, but also holding out hope of what is to come. And again, it's doable. I think it would look like you can be sad that something has happened to you or is happening to you, but also be hopeful that, first of all, God's going to pull you through it. Hopeful that we can count on things like we see in Romans 8, that this is something that God's going to use for good. The event itself may not be good, but God can turn it around and have an outcome from it end up being good or positive, right? So there's a couple different ways that you can do this, and it takes that faith on God, faith on who God is, Belief that He is faithful above and beyond everything else. He is faithful. That's where it stems from. Man, these are tying together really well with what I'm writing. Yeah, I've noticed that too with my pastor. The last like 4 or 5 Sundays, there have been like exact things, like almost exact quotes that he has said that are like verbatim things that I've said as I've been writing. And he's not reading the book, at least not yet. I've mentioned it to him, but he has no idea. Like he knows it's about the fruit of the spirit, but that's it. But yeah, it's good stuff. Appreciate everyone watching, listening up to this point. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If this has been a blessing to you, consider sharing with others. Word of mouth is the best way the podcast spread, so you can help somebody else get into this and get into a process of reading their Bible daily and sticking with a plan to read their Bible daily. You will never regret that. It will never end up being bad for you. If you stick with reading your Bible daily, I guarantee you it is going to be a positive. Always going to be a positive. So that yeah, you can share with other people and they can get involved like that. Tomorrow we'll be finishing up book 5 of Psalms, or book 4 of Psalms, and getting into book 5. And yeah, that'll be the home stretch there. So it'd be good stuff. And we have some lengthier chapters tomorrow too, so it'd be good stuff. Looking forward to it. Appreciate it. Thanks. God bless.